Alpaca Whacker of the Biscuit Foundation, and today I'm doing an unboxing and review of this controller for PS3. It's called the SC-1 controller from Gioteck, and it's got a lot of writing on the box for a starter. There we go, SC-1 Wireless Sports Controller for PlayStation 3. Now, I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I'm gonna be... I use it on PC, and it has got some compatibility issues, but it can work with it. But my advice would be, if you're buying a controller for PC, buy one that's designed for PC. This, however, it works, but yeah. After managing to get the one end open with one hand, I'm now faced with a box within a box. So let's take that box out and get rid of this one. So bye. Now, how does this box open? It appears to be side opening. Let's try that. Ah, yes. Oh, okay. First thing we see when we open the box is a manual. It says Gioteck on it, with lots of writing, name of the controller, and a little picture showing you how a thumbstick works. If you're not a potato, you will know that already. Now, the controller. We'll come back to that in a little minute. What else is in here? There's a cable. What I would imagine is for charging the controller, as it is wireless, and a USB dongle. I would imagine this is how it communicates, as it's infrared. Okay, let's just take that out of the packaging and have a look at it. With one hand, again, because the other hand's holding the camera. It feels a little cheap, but I'm sure it'll work perfectly fine. Anyway, let's get back to the controller. That's the main thing that we want to see. Once I get rid of this box and get it out of its bag. Look at it. It's like it's giving birth to a thing. Anyway, here's the controller. Okay, you'll notice the controller isn't a matte black or a matte effect. It's kind of rubberized and is very nice to hold. It's a very nice controller. The buttons all click very nicely. The thumbsticks feel comfortable. All the buttons are within reach, but I do have one issue, and that is these triggers. They're slightly sharp-edged, so long use of the triggers will make your fingers bleed. They won't actually, but they will make them turn into dust. They're not the most comfortable things to be holding on to, especially if you're using them for a long period of time. The thumbsticks that I've been twiddling with for the last minute, they feel nice. Very good. They move left and right just enough. It's not that heavy, the controller. So to recap on the controller, plus points. Rubberized and grippy. Really good feel in the hands. Not too heavy. All the buttons click nicely and feel good. None of the parts of the controller feel cheap. It feels like a quality product. The buttons at the back, left back and right back, they're not too far to press. They doesn't take too much effort to press, so they're good. The D-pad, that works very nice. It's actually quite a nice feeling D-pad, because for some reason mankind has lost the ability to make a D-pad in many controllers, but this one, it does feel pretty decent. The only, oh yeah, there are also the macro buttons which allow you to do certain action on them, so that's pretty cool. My only down point is the triggers at the back, and that they are sharper than knives, figuratively. But, I mean, if you're using them for a short period of time, I don't see them being an issue. But if you're playing a racing game, as I do, I can see them becoming a bit of an annoyance over time, as continual use will hurt, because they are quite sharp-edged. If you're using it for a side-scrolling game where you don't need triggers, perfectly fine. Or some kind of Mortal Kombat, Tekken kind of game, perfectly fine as well, because you won't be using them constantly. But for a racing game, I would avoid this controller. In terms of price, this controller is very well priced for what it is. I would highly recommend it for PlayStation 3. I'm using it on PC. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for PC, as it does have some compatibility issues, as it is designed for PlayStation as opposed to PC. But if you're looking for a budget, no, it's not budget, but if you're looking for a reasonably priced controller, there's definitely one to consider. However, in this instance, if you're buying for PC, I would say that a Games for Windows Live or an Xbox 360 controller does beat it, in the fact that, well, a Games for Windows Live controller is cheaper, and the triggers don't feel like it's going to scissor through your hand over time. Other than that, I would definitely say that this controller is a solid candidate for purchase for PlayStation 3, and it should definitely be a consideration. I will put a link to Gioteck's website in the description, but for now, I am going to say goodbye. Check out Gioteck on website and Twitter, etc. And I will see you next time. This has been Alpaca Whacker doing a review and unboxing of the Gioteck SC-1 wireless controller. Goodbye!